As promised, as advertised, we are joined right now by Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua, joining us after their final training camp. What does it feel like to have it done? Last day of training camp. What does that feel like?
It's a huge relief. Felt good. It was to be out there under the sun and back out there with the boys is always a good time. So I'm excited and glad that I can rest a little bit for a quick second.
You're exactly the way I thought you'd be. Look, you're dirty. You're bleeding already. You're my type of guy, man. I mean, look, you dreamed about playing in the NFL since you were a kid, I assume, and here you are just went through camp. I mean, that's got to be amazing for you.
Yes, sir. I'm extremely grateful, and it's been a blessing to be out there with some of the best to do it. And there's so much information being cut out, but it's been a blast to be able to learn from the best to do it. So I'm having a blast out here.
Puka, what's been the biggest challenge to come from the college game to the pro game, and you get thrown in with a team that's recently off a Super Bowl championship, and you're surrounded with guys like Aaron Donald and Sean McVay? What's that like?
You're running from Aaron Donald.
Literally running all the time, even in the locker room. Actually, it's scary. But just having so much fun. It's fast. The game is so much faster. The room for error is so much smaller, and the attention to detail is the precision from everybody is unreal, because you got to be on the same page, and because you think as good as number 9 is, the guys on the defense who are trying to stop you are just as fast. They're breaking on the brakes just quicker than everybody. They're able to understand the concepts that we're running. So trying to be on my P's and Q's at all time in the run game, in the pass game, trying to understand it all.
You're going to be a big part of it all. You got to explain. So I am a Husky. You were a Husky, and then you went to BYU. How did you get from Washington to BYU?
Out of high school, or Coach Adams was my receiver coach who recruited me there. And my family, my grandma was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in that 20 season after COVID. So I had the opportunity and was blessed with the opportunity to be able to transfer back home and be with my family during that time.
I wanted to be mad at you. I can't be mad at you.
Yeah.
How do you leave Seattle? But that makes sense, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
to go back home.
But then here, and then you get here, and I don't know what your terminology was like at BYU or Washington, but then you're talking to Sean McVay, and he talks a whole nother language when he talks offense. That's got to be weird for you.
Oh, 100%. The first days when we got here to OTAs, it was sounding like a foreign language. I get in the huddle, and Matthew Stafford walked in, and I'm with Tutu and Van on the side of me, and he said the whole play, and I looked at them, and everybody broke the huddle, and I was like, there's no way that was English, man. I missed every word he said. I'm like, I was just in the meeting. I'm like, I'm paying attention in the meetings. I thought I was, but obviously not. So trying to repetition is the mother of learning. That's what Coach McVay always says. So being able to rep it out, so it becomes easier as the day goes on.
So what do you do in that situation? Do you turn to Van and go, where the hell am I supposed to go? Like, how do you navigate through that moment?
That one I was like, I looked right back at number 9. I was like, I have no idea what's going on, and that sometimes is the best way to do it. You don't want to go out there because you get somebody hurt if you're going out there and not knowing what you're doing. So he'd prefer, I think, sometimes to be like, hey, I need to ask simply what the route is, where I need to be placed, and the exact alignment, because the precision, going back to how important it is. If I'm off 2 yards in my alignment, it can make a big difference in the play.
See, Trav, that's why I like D-line.
Yeah, go forward.
Even if I'm wrong, I'm right. Just get up the field, right? Just get up there and make something happen. Who did you grow up rooting for? Who did you grow up watching, football-wise?
Packers fan.
You're a Packers fan.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. We were just talking about it. Yeah, that is the smartest, weird, best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd be his friend, but I'd love to be his teammate. Yeah. How about that?
That would be cool, but I think being number 9's teammate is a lot cooler, too. It's been super fun.
Yeah. So you grew up, any receivers you tried to model yourself after?
Julio Jones and Mike Evans, the two bigger receivers than Julio Jones. I think being able to be that big and get out of the breaks the way he did. And then Mike Evans, I think of somebody who's physical, as known as a big receiver in the run game, but takes that physicality in his route running as well.
Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua join us here on Travis and Slee. DeMarco's in for Slee. From the moment that I've started following the camp this year and hearing people talk about the new players, every time your name is mentioned, they mention Robert Woods. Have you heard that as much as I have, that people remind people of Robert Woods, who had an incredible career here in L.A.?
A little bit, not too much from over here, but watching the film, it's been a lot of seeing number 17 out there with Cooper Kupp. So I've heard it definitely a little bit.
I'm looking at you. You're bigger than I thought. It looks like you wouldn't mind blocking.
Oh, definitely not. That's how you get the routes running.
See, I told you. Like, you love to hit and catch at the same time.
Yes, sir. It's all a part of it. I love the game of playing wide receiver.
That's not fair. See what I mean? See, you guys can't be tough and skill guys at the same time. Come on, that's not fair for us on the other side.
That's the best of both worlds.
Have you had a welcome to L.A. moment or anything like that since coming into town, since getting into camp, that, wow, not only am I in the NFL, but I'm in the NFL in Los Angeles with the Rams?
Nothing too yet. It's been hard, especially with the busy schedule that they have. They keep us pretty busy. So I feel like I've been locked in with ball for these 12 days that we've been out here for however how long. Somebody said Happy Sunday the other day, and I was like, oh, it's
You
Sunday.
say so?
I was like, you said it's Sunday? My fault. I didn't know.
Have you been to SoFi yet?
No, sir.
This is your first time going to SoFi?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna blow your mind.
I can't wait. I've only heard the best.
What's the biggest stadium you've been in?
I think maybe Baylor University.
Baylor? Okay, this not even close to what you're about to see.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and think about it. If you score enough, they all be chanting your name. Puka, Puka.
That's what I can't wait for.
Well, DeMarco's heard me say this before, and having covered the team for the last several years, when they opened SoFi, even now, several seasons into SoFi, every time you walk in there, it's like, you got to be kidding me. And I've been in there dozens of times at this point. Every time you and I see each other, it's like, can you believe this place? I mean, I'm always excited for somebody to go experience it for their first time.
Your face is going to be the size of this tent. Yeah. Think about that, right? Everything you dreamed about is about to come true. Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Truly blessed.
And I have to say this. Do you think the hardest part is getting here? The hard part is to stay here. How bad do you want to be a football player? Like in your heart. How much do you want to be a professional football player? I'm asking.
Oh, more than anything, this is what I've been dreaming for. So now that the opportunity is within my grasp, there's no chance I'm letting it go anytime soon.
And he's bleeding when he said that.
Yeah.
See,
well, he's your type of guy. He's your type of guy.
My type of guy.
Have you gotten a sense of how much, if any, you're going to play on Saturday?
No, sir, not yet. Whatever they need me to do, I love playing the game of football. I'm blessed to be here, and I can't wait. It's my first time in SoFi, so I got to make a good debut.
Absolutely. Puka Nacua, Rams wide receiver, joining us here on the final day of Rams.
What size shoe
camp.
you wear?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Look at this,
I'm
man.
a 14.
You're a 14 as a receiver. That's not fair. Good God.
What do you got going over there?
13.
Okay.
See? 14. Size 14. He's a receiver. They're getting bigger.
You got to be able to put your foot in the ground.
You've been McDonald's your whole life? Come on, man.
How much time have you gotten to spend with Cooper Kupp, and how much have you been able to pick his brain?
Oh, yeah.
As much as he'll let me, I feel like I try to be in his back pocket, one of the best to ever do it. Oh, my gosh. And he's absolutely unreal in the meeting room, in his preparation, in the training room, to the weight room, to everything on the football field, obviously, that you guys get to see. He's the best of the best, and the attention to detail. So I'm trying to follow his routine and pick up on the things that he'll let me. But
Puka, do you get the sense that that's the difference between the NFL and college football? Everybody's a great athlete. Everybody's big. Everybody's fast. Everybody can do all of these sorts of things. But the work that you put in, that's not just here, the study, the film, the conversations with other great players.
Yeah, I'd say definitely. And then Coop has got one of the best body controls as a wide receiver, and the understanding of leverage and tempo that I think separates him from all of the people to do it. So trying to pick up on any cues that he'll let me, and always watching number 10 film, always.
I've never seen a guy more aptly named than Tutu. Tutu Atwell. Yeah. I mean, the dude's is just so blindingly fast, but, I mean, he's not that big.
And you'd be surprised if sometimes you put hands on him, and then he's being physical enough to throw you by, and he's fast enough. You blink, he's out of there.
He's tougher than you think. Yeah,
100%.
Amazing. And I told Travis, watching you guys do the red zone, when you and Benny Skoranek are on the field at the same time, oh my God, that's scary. Somebody's getting their head knocked off.
Some big bodies flying. Number 18 is not scared to hit anybody.
Is that something you learned? Is that something you just always like to do? Because
Did you play safety in high school? Safety, DB?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I like playing on the offensive sideboard, scoring touchdowns with the guy passing the ball. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? There are some people that get off on hitting people, looking at you,
of course,
Marco, and then there are other guys that you know what? I'd rather run around you, past you, and I want to score the touchdowns as opposed to driving someone in.
Yeah, but actually, as a receiver, there's nothing more satisfying than like catching a nice route perfectly, catch, tuck, and turn, and then seeing a DB at the goal line. Just I'm about to run right through you, man. That's a cherry on top.
See, same mentality. My idea of beauty is the blindside shot. That's a perfect 10 for me. Yeah, absolutely, no doubt.
So what are you looking forward to? Once the season gets started, obviously you got the game, but just the life in the NFL. Have you gotten past any of the football part of it and just living the life of an NFL player?
Trying food spots. There's so much food out here compared to what there is in Utah, so I'm trying to try every food spot. I ask everybody where they go, what's their favorite eat. So whatever you guys can put me on, I'll try it for sure.
Just don't diss In-N-Out.
Oh no, I'm in. They got you in and out in Utah.
Okay,
yeah, I'm an in and out guy. Yeah.
So if you're a cheeseburger guy, I'll give you one right now. It's the Apple Pan. It's on Pico, just what would that be? Just north of Westwood Boulevard. It's been there since the 40s. It's an old school little U-shaped counter
Great
cheeseburger
burger
spot. You'll be very happy.
Count me in. Just don't tell our nutritionist.
Okay.
Our secret.
My man.
Puka Nacua, Rams wide receiver. Congratulations on your first camp. We look forward to watching you.
Appreciate that, guys. You guys have
So
a good
you were a
one.
Husky and a Cougar. That's impossible.
Back with more from Rams training camp. It's Travis Lee. DeMarco's in for Slee on 710 ESPN.